It's this place, Kanan. It's a fucked up life we're living here. These words were spoken by Jukebox to Kanan in the trailer for the upcoming 8th episode, and it speaks to her growing disillusion with the street game in general, especially after Nicole's demise. Jukebox's young arc currently sits at an impasse between life and death, having chosen the former as expressed to Nicole during their final meeting. That choice, though undoubtedly crushed by her lover's removal, will become emboldened in a major way, a way that has irreversible implications for herself and her family. In this video, we'll dive into the fallout from Nicole's death and assess whether or not Juke will have to make some hard choices as a result. Before we begin, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and bell notification to immediately receive these videos. Also, big thank you to all of my channel donors. If you'd like to be the next one, drop $1 on that Cash App for us. Lastly, a spoiler alert is now in effect for all things Power. Here we go. This ain't shit you can teach or learn. You born into it. It's who you are. These streets made us. These streets paid us. And we all about this street life. Let's go. Juke's emphatic declaration leading into her showcase performance was met with thunderous applause. It was an ode to the place that raised her, the only place she'd ever known. That perspective was broadened by her forbidden relationship with Nicole. Through their union, Juke was introduced to a world previously unknown. Legitimacy and affluence invaded her once singularly street-driven thought process, and the love she felt in her heart, coupled with the danger surrounding her daily life, inspired a change in Juke. You can hear the warring sides of her persona through the street life chorus. Though I recently broke down Famous's bars, I didn't address Juke's. But if we're paying close attention, there are some jewels in her words that further explain her internal war. Say your goodbye. You're on the wrong side. One day when we make the rules, so don't play us for no fool. She later continues, they can talk like they want it, but they don't really want that street life. This is almost as much of a lamentation as it was a warning. Juke has been lamenting the streets for a while now. Her hustles throughout the season are literally due to lack of resources, not love or allure. She takes no pleasure in street life as Kanan does. That's why if you've been paying attention, you'll notice that Juke never sold drugs, and her boosting of clothes has mainly been to supplement her musical aspirations, along with providing basic needs that Marvin would not, due to his own lackadaisical nature. Jukebox was ready to give all that up for Nicole. She was done boosting clothes, especially after Nicole expressed her stance against it. Furthermore, her feature on the aforementioned Street Life record was in the midst of catapulting her musical career to heights previously unknown. But everything changed the night Nicole went down. Her death by overdose will be directly linked back to Jukebox. Nicole was in possession of a tape with Juke's Christian name on it, and her mother was already against them seeing one another. Juke will be faced with several dilemmas as a result. The dilemma of loss, the dilemma of protection, and the dilemma of loyalty. On the first dilemma, Juke is going to be absolutely crushed. Her heart and demeanor forever changed going forward. A person as cold as she became as an adult had to experience tragedies in succession, and this is the first. Her and Nicole were on the precipice of solidifying their bond, and her death will be a constant reminder of Juke's own prophetic words. They may act like they want it, but they don't really want the street life. Nicole's unfortunate introduction to street life via a cocaine-laced blunt led to her untimely demise, and Juke will be searching for answers within for a long time as things progress. The second dilemma will demand Juke's focus through tragedy. Nicole's parents are going to put two and two together, and somebody's going to have to answer for their daughter's tragic removal. That somebody will be Juke if Nicole's mother has her way. Juke will be forced to protect herself and Kanan by association. Remember, Kanan handed the drug off to Juke upon Howard's impromptu visit. At the time, he was completely unaware of the danger he passed on. If somehow they trace it back, Juke will have some decisions to make. That brings us to our third dilemma, loyalty. Before I start here, I gotta give credit to my homie Juice Maze, whose album Heaven Sent I produced and you can stream in full on all platforms. He suggested weeks ago that Jukebox could potentially turn Snitch, something I emphatically disagreed with. However, he made some good points in hindsight, such as Juke's law enforcement future, detachment from her father, and outsider position on her family's drug business. We discussed this prior to Juke's introduction to Burt. Howard's partner investigating D-Wiz's murder. Now that Nicole is gone, Bert could possibly be Juke's only recourse. The ambitious officer has already extended an olive branch to Juke, and Juke seemed intrigued by the cop's demeanor and image, i.e., a pretty white woman, Juke's current flavor of choice. Bert will surely have the emotional upper hand with Jukebox now that she's lost the love of her life, and may very well get her to confide various details about her life, love, and family's business, which wouldn't bode well for the Thomases. Also, Marvin's estrangement from his daughter will only deepen if the police come knocking at his door asking about some dead white girl romantically linked to her. This could very well lead to him putting Jukebox out, something this commentator has been dreading all season long. If that happens, Jukebox will be even more vulnerable, and Bert will get to the truth even sooner than we've been led to believe. I contend that Jukebox will see elements of Nicole in Bert, who's likely into girls as well, only enhancing their camaraderie. Juke's altered perspective on Bert will be the bridge forged by her initial romance with Nicole, and could be potentially transformed into familiarity and cooperation. But what do you make of all this? Will Nicole's death and the subsequent fallout convince Juke that enough is enough? Drop me your thoughts in the comments below. As always, I thank you for watching today's video. If you liked today's video, go ahead and drop $1 on that Cash App for us, hit the like button, share it with your friends who are Power fans, and subscribe for more content such as this. This is Rudy P. Magic of Rudy P. Magic Beats, and have a blessed one until the next one.